Welcome to Key Review for Nonverbal Communication. Nonverbal communication is essential for our well-being and connections with others. Let's preview nonverbal communication functions and codes. Substituting, complementing, contradicting, repeating, regulating, and accenting. So first we have substituting. And substituting is when you replace words with gestures. For example, nodding yes, or shrugging I don't know, or waving hello or goodbye. Next is complimenting. Complimenting is when you enhance words with emotional tone. For example, smiling while saying great job or a gentle touch to compliment condolences. Third is contradicting. Contradicting are nonverbal cues that conflict with a verbal message. For example, saying I'm fine while scowling or rolling eyes when saying I agree. 4 is repeating. Repeating reinforces verbal messages through nonverbal actions. For example, pointing while saying over there or holding up 2 fingers for 2. Number 5 is regulating. Regulating is controlling the flow and turn taking in conversation. For example, leaning forward to speak or breaking eye contact to yield. 6 is accenting. Accenting emphasizes specific parts of a message. For example, pausing before a key word or tapping the table for emphasis. Review nonverbal functions and codes: substituting, complementing, contradicting, repeating, regulating, and accenting. The nature of nonverbal communication. It's culture bound, it's rule governed, it's ambiguous, it's continuous, it's non-linguistic, and it's multi-channeled. Nonverbal communication is culture bound. In other words, nonverbal meanings vary by culture. For example, a thumbs up gesture can be positive or offensive depending on the culture. And understanding local norms is crucial. Nonverbal communication is rule governed. Nonverbal communication follows explicit or implicit rules dictating aspects like personal space, appropriate touch, and turn taking in conversations. It can be ambiguous. A single nonverbal cue can have multiple interpretations. For example, crossed arms might mean cold, comfort, or defensiveness. Context helps reduce uncertainty. It's continuous. Nonverbal behavior is a continuous flow of cues. Unlike discrete words, posture, gaze, and tone constantly shift throughout an interaction. It's non-linguistic. Nonverbal communication often operates without spoken words, conveying meaning, especially emotions, through the facial expressions, posture, touch, and appearance. It's multi-channeled. Messages come simultaneously through various channels, including face, eyes, voice, body, touch, environment, and this requires receivers to integrate them for interpretation. So to review, the nature of nonverbal communication includes the fact that it's culture-bound, rule-governed, ambiguous, continuous, non-linguistic, and multi-channeled. How do we differentiate between major nonverbal codes? Here's what we're going to cover: appearance and artifacts. Body movements and posture are kinesthetics. Eye contact are oculesics. Facial expressions. Touch are haptics. Voice are vocalics and paralanguage. Physical environment, space are proxemics, and territory. Appearance or artifacts include how you look and what you display. Clothing, jewelry, tattoos, glasses, and scent. Professional attire boosts perceived credibility. A team hoodie could signal group identity. Body movements and posture are also called kinesics. There's the gestures, stance, and body orientation. For example, open posture and forward lean show interest. Slumped shoulders suggest low energy. Illustrators or hand movements could emphasize words. Eye contact is also called oculesics. It's where, how long, and how often you look. For example, steady eye contact shows involvement and confidence. Brief glances can regulate turns, a visual dominance pattern. For example, more looking while speaking than listening can signal power. Facial expressions are primary channels for emotion: happiness, surprise, anger, fear, disgust, sadness, and attitude. For example, a quick eyebrow flash to greet tighten lips to withhold disagreement. Touch can also be referred to as haptics. They can communicate relationship, support, or power depending on context and culture. For example, a light handshake in an interview. High contact versus low contact cultural norms. Voice can also be referred to as vocalics or paralanguage. This is how you say words. It's the rate, pitch, volume, tone, pauses, fillers, and silence. For example, a slower rate to signal seriousness. Strategic pauses can add emphasis. Physical environment is the design, space, and objects around you. For example, lighting, furniture, and decor. A round table encourages collaboration. Bright, open spaces feel inviting. Cluttering desks can signal overload. Another word for space is proxemics, and this is how distance communicates meaning. The spaces to know here are that intimate is 0 to 1.5 feet, personal is 1.5 to 4 feet, social is 4 to 12 feet, and public is 12 or over feet. And this is important to know, for example, because stepping closer can signal warmth. Backing up can reestablish boundaries. Territory is perceived ownership of space and how it's marked. A backpack on a shared to save a seat. Nameplates and office doors. So to review, we have appearance and artifacts. Body movement and posture are kinesics. Eye contact are oculesics. Facial expressions. Touch are haptics. Voice are vocalics and paralanguage. Physical environment, space, which is also called proxemics, and territory.